Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm, where today it is time to seed things up. Now, I have unfortunately had to get rid of the tramlines mod. I mentioned this in yesterday's Bandicoot video. I have got rid of the tramlines mod because it conflicts with this seeder. I wasn't aware of this, and there is a reason I'm reversing it here, don't worry, I'm not after going insane. I wasn't aware of this, but as it turns out, the tramlines mod picks up all wheels. There's why I was reversing, I was getting free seeds. Picks up all the wheels in the game. And just so that I can explain this better, I'm gonna get out. There we go. So, in this seeder, the seeds actually come out up here, in this area. That's why there's these little prongs. The seeds actually come out about here. And behind that, there are these wheels. These wheels are picked up by the tramlines mod, and it means that it's impossible to seed with this seeder, as well as most of the other ones that I have, because they've got wheels on the back, and they go round and round. So I've had to disable that to make it possible for me to actually seed. So let's head to field. Which one do I want to seed first? I'm going to seed field A first. Actually field 11, because I actually know what one field 11 is. I can't remember which one I've labelled A and which one I labelled B in fields A and B, which is problematic. Let's head over to field... Actually, we'll do field 1 first, which is going to be site. Can't do field 1 first. I have the right seeder. So there's going to be field 11 first. Oop, oop, oop. Okay, new first things first. Move the New Holland. It's in the way. Don't know where I'm going to move this to, but I'm going to move it. Yeah, you can sit in the silage clamp for all I care, because that's more out of the way than where you were. There we go. Back into the Ford. I do like the TW30, if you didn't notice, from my near constant use of it. I do obviously have a few other tractors that I'm going to use. The fence that I'm using in Bandicoot, and there's a few others that, well, they're all Fence or John Deere's, or basically I'm using all the tractors that I like, and that's the way it should be, really. So let's we'll turn on the seeder and lower it down. You can see the wheels are still on the ground despite the fact the seeder is down, which is why tramlines conflicted with it so horrifically badly. I managed to miss a bit immediately. Well done me. I'll have to get that on a future pass, I suppose. So, a couple of episodes of seeding today, well, today for me, and over the next few days for you guys. Bandicoot is going well. I'm really enjoying that map. I'm really enjoying this one as well. I don't know if I want to do an extra harvest on this one though, because it does take... I say it takes quite a while. It takes a while on Bandicoots. Just because I prefer doing on-screeny stuff in this series, and the fields are a lot smaller. It's actually kind of more awkward to do a harvest here than in Bandicoot, believe it or not. In Bandicoot it's fine to tab around, so that's what I do. In the series when I'm on screen I can't tab, so I don't tab. And it slows things down so much. It's not exactly ideal, I must say. But I do have a map chosen that's going to be coming on after this one. I've mentioned it already, I'm not going to say what it is. But I did mention this map already to you guys. And it is... I wasn't too gone on it at first, but I'm kind of warming to the idea of the map. I may do a couple of small edits to it though in time, just to suit things that I want to try and work with on it. But I'm not 100% sure. And I think, well, Bandicow's going to be going on for a while, if you didn't guess. And I'm hoping that when I'm finishing up Bandicow, Coldborough Park Farm will be available for download, because that's kind of going to, that's what I'm hoping will be my second season of hardcore. So I've got things planned out, but they're all reliant on things happening, and that's mildly worrying, I must say. But season 2 of hardcore will start pretty much on the same schedule as hardcore is now. Just when season 1 is finished, and season 1 will be finished when I've got all the win conditions met by tractors I've bought, because I've taken to renting things and I could cheat so very easily and just rent all the win conditions and say, hey look, I bought it. Well no, I actually believe I said at the very start of that series that I must buy the tractors. So I covered future me with that one. I covered my own tricks, which is kind of wonderful. But the rental mod is good because, well, it lets me get things that I can't afford for as long as I need them. And I'm learning there's a win-lose situation going on with it as well, because if you think you need something for, say, 3 hours and you only need it for just over an hour, you've wasted essentially an hour's worth of money. I think the overdraft starts at the top of the hour, so we'll say if you rent something for an hour, I don't think I've shown it off in Bandicoot yet, in fact. It's a rental mod, well, the rental mod I had a few bugs, so I swapped it out for a different one, and the one that I have now allows you to rent by the hour instead of by the day. You can still rent by the day in it, which is a nice feature, but it does have the capability for you to rent by the hour as well. So I think by the hour rentals, apart from harvesters, they're probably going to be by the day rentals, especially on a big map like Bandicow, or Coldborough Park Farm, or even Drayton could be an option, I suppose, for a hardcore series, but there are no animals, so yeah, a lot of the mods that I have would be defunct. I could always try and this is me getting ambitious. I could always try and edit Drayton V1, which unfortunately is no longer available to download because Chris7710 had some sort of disagreement with FSUK and deleted all of his maps from there, and then he disappeared from Facebook, and apparently none of his maps are available for download anymore, which makes me feel lucky because I actually have 3 that are now technically private maps, or private mods. One of them I have never shown off to you guys, because even when I got it, it was a private mod, and I did say that I would try to never use the private mod, or I wouldn't. So the couple of the maps that I have, you're never gonna see them, or you might for kind of one-off specials or something, though that's unlikely. Of course, I did mention a good while ago that I was thinking of making my own map, and I kind of said, oh no, I'm too busy with things that I'm not going to make a map. I really don't know one way or the other if that's ever going to happen, or if I'm going to, make private edits of maps for me to use on YouTube. Of course, I show you guys how to do the edits, so I'm not giving out the map, the private map. That if you make an edit to a map, it is your IP, but it's you have to ask the map owner for permission to, or the map creator for permission to give out an edit. But, and here's the kicker, if you show people how to do the edit, perfectly fine. So if I do any edits to maps, to make them easier, to make them harder, or just to fiddle around with them, I'll probably do a few videos on, you know, how do you, for example, put the seed master into a map. I have no idea, I'll find out and I'll put it into a map. And then I'll show you guys so that if you want to use the seed master, you can use it just as easy as I do. I mean, it's really the easiest seed making mod, which it's nice to have an easy way of doing it, but I kind of like the challenge of the one I have in Bandicoot, where you need to not only use a crop, and I'll just be alternating crops in Bandicoot, whatever I have on hand will be going into that machine, and you know, you have to have a crop and you have to have manure, and as I've discovered, you guys have not seen this yet when this video goes live, but as I discovered when I was recording yesterday for Bandicoot, you need solid manure and liquid manure to make the fertilizer. Now there's a little twist there that I'm going to leave for you guys to find out in a few days' time. But yeah, you know, it's a challenge, and I like challenges. I like challenging myself. It's kind of why I'm doing the hardcore series. Is I see so many YouTube people. Yeah, let me get my thoughts together. I see so many people on YouTube who do farm sim and just kind of give themselves $300,000, euros, pounds, whatever, 300,000 of whatever currency they're deciding to use in the game, and just buy, well, even $1 million at times, and just buy the equipment they want to get. And then they play on a map for 20 episodes, or 10 episodes, or 50 episodes, or whatever, and then they leave the map. And you know, there's never a point where they say, oh, this is a bit of a challenge, and I don't think that's going to happen with Bandicoot either, unfortunately, but I'm trying to put rules in place that do make farm sim just that bit harder. In 2013, I never ever played on hard, because I didn't see the point in challenging myself in 2013. But now that I'm doing videos, I see the point in challenging myself. Because if I get bored and just go, oh well, I've got all of the money and I can buy everything, and oh, what do I do now? That doesn't make for a good video, and I know that, so I'm kind of going, oh, I've got no money, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? I can't afford this or this or this or this or this, I guess I'm going to have to figure out a solution. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm doing the hardcore series. I want to find out if I do have the solutions. And one thing I'm going to do from now on the hardcore series, day one was just because yesterday's episode, if you didn't see it, I finished day one on Bandicoot. That was the only day that I was allowed to sell the straw, all of it. So because that was the day I was most likely to die because of lack of funds, because of the way that the game is limited. Well, the map is limited. So what I'm doing on Bandicoot now is I'm gonna be not selling the straw and trying to figure out ways of making money. And I do have all of the pigs ever, so that should mean I'm getting a relatively stable income in that map, but I don't know. It does mean I'm getting a lot of manure. That I do know. Oh my god, those pigs won't stop pooping, and it's kind of amazing, because it's like all of the free fertilizer ever. Downside is that there is a limit on the amount of manure that they can produce, and it's kind of low. Again, I discovered that, and you haven't seen that yet in the videos, but that's a thing that happens, and I'm sorry if there's spoilers there for you or whatever. But I did discover there is a limit to how much manure the pigs will produce in that map. Although I think there's an overflow function somewhere in it because of things that you'll discover in a couple of days' time when the video goes live. Well, in 3 days' time when the video goes live. I don't know what day of the week this is going up, so I can't tell you what day. And things. Yeah. Oh, 15 minutes in already. I just checked my timer on my phone because I realised I hadn't done that yet. And not checking my timer on my phone means I usually run really long because I just don't shut up. But yeah, oh man, I checked my timer and I've lost my train of thought. This is why I didn't want to check my timer. No, it's gone. It's gone. Never coming back. I was talking about Bandicoot, I know that much, I don't know. Well, I know why I was talking about challenges. Yeah, no idea. So, I know that, funnily enough, when this is going live, I don't think there are any no, there are a couple of videos up on the, well, when I'm recording this, I know there are a couple of videos up on the channel that I did have the tramlines mod in for, and you guys are only kind of just getting to see it for the first time, you know, at the moment, and I've already got rid of it because of the fact that it conflicts with the seeders and actually makes the game unplayable. Which is kind of why I test mods. I don't do it to FS UK standards. Trust me, this Ford has log errors like you wouldn't believe. But I like it, so it's staying in the game for the time being until there's like a better version of an oldish Ford. If I'm modding, bring out the Ford Forces again. Bye bye Ford TW30, hello Ford Forces, and my love affair will begin once again with them. I am hoping to get. I am hoping that number one, the scripting documentation comes out soon. I've heard it will. I hope that's true. I hope patch 1.3 comes soon, so that some of the bugs and issues are fixed. I'm trying to not make a big deal of any bugs I do find, which, to be quite honest, are few and far between at the moment. The biggest annoyance was the Westbridge Hills bug I found, which was... I did eventually find a solution, but that was after I finished the series, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to fix it now. But yeah, I hope the scripting documentation comes out soon, the modding documentation, or scripting documentation, whichever you want to call it, because that means that a lot of the bigger modders will start coming out once again and bring out mods. I know OEB, or is it OEB? I'm not 100% sure it's OEB, I think it's OEB. Whoever's doing the ARM team conversions, I'm about 80% sure it is OEB. They are waiting on the scripting documentations so that they can create, or, well, they've probably already done so. They've probably created Heston bales already, and assets for Heston bales, and they're just waiting on the modding documentation, the scripting documentation, in order to implement the Heston bales. The reason they're doing that is because they are converting the Extreme Baling Pack to 2015, to Farm Sim 15, and if it's as good as the, well, if it's better than the original Extreme Baling Pack, which I didn't like all that much, I must admit, the bales were a bit weird. They just didn't seem very solid at all. The balers were nice, but that was pretty much the only thing I really enjoyed about it. But if they make it really spectacular, I'm probably going to get it for the bigger maps. Because that would be useful. I know that the soil mod guys, and I mentioned this in a Bandicoot episode as well. I don't know which one, if it's tomorrow's or yesterday's or the one that comes out the day after tomorrow, because I did record 3 at once yesterday. The guys doing soil mod are waiting on the scripting documentation so they can finish it off, and I've kind of made the decision, I'm going to finish off this thought before I end the episode. I've made the decision that I am going to install soil mod, but only on the hardcore series. I'll edit the maps to put soil mod in, and that's going to be something I'm not going to show you guys, but because I'm terrible at editing XMLs. And the reason I'm only going to do it for hardcore is the series where I challenge myself. This is the series where I just do farming. And hardcore is going to have bigger maps, so that's going to cause a lot of fun. Especially seeing as the plows in this game are quite small. I have also I have seen some new vehicles in the PS4 version of FarmSim 15. Only 2 at the moment, and there hasn't been a whole lot of fanfare from Giants about it, but it looks like the game's getting a new, in some form or another, is getting a New Holland telehandler and a New Holland wheel loader. Now I don't know if they're going to be, free DLC like the Classics pack for 2013, or if they're going to be just a paid add-on or something that just gets patched into the game in patch 1.3. I don't know what way they're going to be released, but it does look like they're coming to PC as well, because it doesn't make sense that the console guys would get different vehicles to what we do. I know we get mods. I know, FarmSim 15 for PC has mods, and we can essentially have whatever vehicles we want. Hello for TW30. But it wouldn't make sense for Giants to create an asset for just one version of the game. For example, making the wheel loader just for PS4, and I think Xbox One it's coming out on as well. Whatever consoles it comes out on, I don't know. But it wouldn't make sense for Giants to do that, because PS4 and Xbox One run the same architecture as PC now, in terms of coding that all run x64, if you didn't know. So I would expect to see some new vehicles coming into FarmSim 15 on PC. Possibly a DLC, I would imagine. And in an ideal world, that DLC will have a UK map, because we have the European style Bjornholm, we have the American style Westbridge Hills. We don't have a UK style map made by Giants yet. And if Giants do come up with a UK and or Ireland based map, even if it's just some weird amalgam of UK and Ireland based assets that doesn't really look all that fantastic, I'll probably play it. And I'll probably play it in the hardcore series just for funsies. There is one more thing just before I go, and I know I'm stretching this episode out a bit. Maps that I play in this series, I might return to in hardcore. I might go back to the Bjornholm save I have. Westbridge Hill save I had is gone. I derped, and I accidentally tested the autosave mod on it, and that's essentially gone. But I might restart on Westbridge Hills, albeit an edited version, to fix the problem with the BGA. But they're not safe from me going, hey, I'm gonna play on this map now, and I'm gonna play until I own everything on those maps. So the hardcore series isn't just gonna be, oh well, I'm gonna keep going with one field forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Nope, I'm gonna own everything. So I think I'm gonna end the episode there and finish field 11 very quickly off screen, because it's just kind of a clean up phase now. When I come back, I'll figure out which field I've labelled A, and I will see you then. So I've been Rainbow Dave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on Old Ridge Farm. Please comment, like, subscribe and all that jazz, you wonderful, beautiful people. I'll see you next time when I'll be doing Field A after I figure out which one it is, as I've already said. So thank you for watching. Until I see you again, stay safe and goodbye.